Hey everyone, and welcome to a Cyber Social Hub how-to video. So today's episode is not a live episode as you're used to seeing in our Hubcasts. I'm going to kind of walk you through a how-to video on how to find images across the internet, specifically ones you have a copy of. So say you're investigating a subject or someone on social media. You have a picture, or just say that maybe you have a picture of an object, or you have a picture of a scene, and you want to see if that picture lives anywhere else across the internet. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that as we go through this episode. Now, this is not a complete in-depth, but it'll at least give you the basics and get you started on how to do that. First of all, though, I want to do a quick commercial for Cyber Social Hub, which is a community of digital investigators. Even if it's just a hobby of yours, that's fine. Come on in. Share some information that maybe you have, and we'll share some information with you. Whether you're a professional OSINT investigator, a digital forensic cybersecurity professional, stop on in and check it out. We have specialized areas depending on where you want to go. We even have a specialized area for law enforcement, which you do have to apply for to get into. We verify all those folks to make sure they are who they are. But it's absolutely free. Won't charge you. Come on in, share your ideas and thoughts at cybersocialhub.com. Okay. So, and here's kind of an example of the site that you can see. We're running some trivia right now. And as you go through, you'll see some commercials and then people just asking about things, letting you know about other things that are going on, conferences that are happening. People have questions in here, all sorts of things. So come on in, check it out. So first off, let's talk about a few of these things that maybe why you want to search for an image. Maybe you have a picture of someone on social media. You're not sure who they are. You just have a username, and maybe their profile picture, they used it, or they have a picture of them somewhere else on Facebook. Wherever it is that you got the picture, doesn't matter. But you have this image, and you want to look for some things. There's a few of them out there, and a lot of them just duplicate the ones that already exist. I'm going to show you at least the primary ones that I like to use. If you have one that you like to use, go ahead and put it down there in the comments, and I'll be happy to check it out, and hopefully we can learn something from each other today. So the first one, and the main one that a lot of OSINT folks use, is called TinEye. It's tineye.com. So with tineye.com, it's just a reverse image search. Now, I don't know a lot of about their engine going on behind the scenes, but you can use this thing for free. So I'm going to use a series of 4 test images that I just randomly picked today. And I have some funny stories that I'll try not to talk too long because I want to get into the meat of this, of how you can find things. And I found things out today from 3 years ago that I didn't know was on the internet. So it's kind of funny that it's out there, but I did find it through this method that I'm about to show you. So with TinEye, say we have this picture of an individual. And I'm also going to use a friend of mine's company called Bitmines. I'm going to use his company and one of his computers, Manny. So sorry, Manny, if you're just now seeing this, we're going to use your computers to see if we can find them across the internet with an image of one that I took from your website. So the first thing I want you to do is two of those pictures are pictures of me. One's an older one, one's a fairly recent one, and then the fourth and final picture is a test subject that I went across the internet, got a picture of somebody that maybe I'm using as a profile image. I'm trying to fake people out, right, who I am, and how we can maybe determine if the person's real or not, which that's a whole nother video in itself. So TinEye here, I'm going to go ahead and kind of just show you what it can do. It's free resource for you. I think there are some maybe some paid plans that they might have in here in some products. But for now, I'm just going to do a reverse image search right here. I'm going to go ahead and upload my image here. And here is that computer I was telling you guys about. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that right in there. And there you go. So I popped in a picture of one of the BitMine's computer systems, and it says TenEye searched over 59.3 billion images, but didn't find anything. That's okay. Now, don't be discouraged by this, because I'm going to show you some other ones that will yield different results. And don't rely on just one of these. Like TenEye, when the first couple times I used it, I was a little disappointed. I'm like, these didn't yield very much results. And in this case, it was 0 results. But when I came back with a different image, which you're about to see, and different scenarios, man, it found all kinds of stuff that the other things I'm going to show you did not find. So you definitely want to use multiple tools in your online investigation if you're looking for images. So there's that one. So another one I'm going to show you is just the older picture of me. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab this older picture of me right here and pull this up. So it's going to load this thing up. Boom, there it is. And yep, there's a really old picture of me. Not really old, but old enough that it made me giggle. So yeah, you can see indeed techno security. It was Texas when they had it down in Texas. 2019 advisory board. Well, yes, indeed. I did sit on the advisory board. Still do for the one out west now for technosecurity.us. So there, it did find that this image exists there. So that is a great find. So we want to make sure we hang on to those results and check them out, save them. Then you want to confirm this through the website if you can. If not, obviously, then you're going to get into things like the Wayback Machine or some type of archival process on the internet that will help you go find this image to verify if it was indeed there or not. All right, the next one is a more recent picture of me that I'm going to pull up here if I can find it. There it is right there. So let's go ahead and pull this thing up. Oh, there I am. Look at that. So there's a more recent picture of me. This one's only like about 2 years old, I think. And yep, again, look at that. It found me on Twitter and it found me again on Twitter. Now, I know for a fact, since this is a test, I use this image a heck of a lot more places than this, right? A lot more places than this, but this is the places that it found it. It said it first found it here, February 2nd, 2020, and basically the same thing. Yeah, they're actually the same file name. So it did indeed find both of those. Okay, so that's the one of me. And now I'm going to use this final image here, which is a test subject here, one that I went out and grabbed off of an image site. No image. This is a person that I'm investigating that was a profile picture. This is a little curious that there are 0 matches for this person, but we'll see what we can find here later on in our investigations. So that's one thing that you guys can use to try to find images across the internet. Now, I'm going to show you a few more of these things. Some of them, we're going to use the services for maybe things that they weren't intended for. The next one I want to show you here is this thing called Pixie. I think that's how you pronounce this. Pixy.com. And it's really in use for photographers or artists, people that want to protect their artwork, right, or their images from being used illegally somewhere else. So what this site does is it goes and it actually keeps a watch on it. Now, there is a free version of it. You can sign up for free and it'll do some very basic things. And it's good enough for what I'm doing right now. Now, if you want to watch for something long term, you may want to consider one of their paid plans. Now, I went ahead and uploaded some of these pictures already, which you can see here. I did not upload my test subject yet. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that one right now. As you just sign up and it asks for a verification, and that's it, that your email address is real. And then once you have that, you're up and running and you're going with this. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and import this next picture here, and I'm going to pull it in from my computer. So I'm going to browse, pull in my test subject here, and it'll pull that in, and then I hit upload one file, and away it goes. So it doesn't look like it did anything, except it does say it's successful. So I'm going to go back to my images, and you see right away it said 0 matches. Now, don't let that discourage you. It takes a few minutes, so give it some time. It does take a few minutes to go out and scour the web, so it may come up with a result for that as of yet. But let's take a look at some of these other ones. So the BitMine's computer, there you go, it found a match. So let's go ahead and click on the image, and see what it found. It tells you when the last scan was done, because it will continue to go and look for this image out there. And but obviously that's not what we want to use it for. And sure enough, it found it at bitmines.com, which is exactly where that image is supposed to be setting. So Pixie went in and found that image out there on bitmines.com. So that was pretty good. So that's the only one there. Let's go ahead and look at the old picture of me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. This one kind of made me laugh a little bit. It did say it found 16 matches out there. Wow, that's quite a bit in one scan. So 16 matches. So I'm going to go and look through this, and it says it found it on timesofisrael.com, Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and hit show all matches there. And I was like, when I first saw this, I was going like, wait a minute, why is this image setting out on these pages? This isn't right. I shouldn't be unless somebody was impersonating me, right? So I went ahead and clicked. This says the country was in Israel here. So here is the image URL. This bottom one down here is image URL. This is the match that it found. So if I go ahead and click on this, you can see it did not find the right image. It's a very similar image with a darker background, older looking dude. All right, not bad looking guy, just saying. Same color shirt, right? So it found something similar, but it was not accurate. So you can see, definitely not similar. And that other guy's probably a little better looking than me. But anyway, whatever. So you can still make sure you have to verify those. Even though we're relying on software to go run across the internet, dig through things, you still have to manually verify, just like anything else in your investigation. Make sure you're doing that. Anyway, long story short, all of these images, none of them are correct. None of them are correct. You can see it's just none of them. I went and verified all of them and zero on that one, unfortunately. So it did fail on finding the older picture of me. If we go to the newer picture of me, you go ahead and click that. And as it comes back, it says we have 11 matches. And the last time it scanned was on March 31st of 2023. And here we go. So, wow, okay. It found an image of me. It says on whisperroom.com. All right. And just so you know, this isn't something that's like weird fetish wise. That's an actual sound booth company. And it is accurate, by the way. I do own a Whisper Room, and we'll go and look at that. I haven't actually looked at this one yet. Like the magazine, L.com. Yep, absolutely. LinkedIn and LinkedIn. So let's go ahead and see all these matches. Whisperroom.com. Oh, it's their Twitter account. So here is the image. Let's go take a look at it. Yep, and we verify that, yes, indeed, that's me. And what it was is they mentioned me in a tweet. So if we go ahead and click this, it should, you're going to have to go dig for it, unfortunately. It doesn't show you the exact tweet, but I have one, well, similar to this, a little bit smaller than that, just like no panel there. But yeah, I have a Whisper Room. I used to work in radio. I still do some voiceover stuff every now and then. So that was accurate because I remember when they mentioned me on Twitter. So this is the one that kind of made me laugh, and we're going to get to this more later. But it says I appear on Elle magazine, cultural celebrities, and it has to do with Jennifer Lopez. And you're like, Kevin, why is your image on Elle magazine? I definitely don't have a face for Elle magazine, just for the record. But this is actually 100% accurate. And yeah, my staff and I found this when we were running a test on these services. And I did not know this was here. I did not know it was here. And I'll explain later on, but that's accurate. And we'll get to that one here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, other people has mentioned me on various social media. Here's someone mentioning me on LinkedIn, Dan Sumner over at Xtero, who doesn't live too far from me here in Ohio. We have some more LinkedIn stuff. Avera Solutions, LinkedIn, Cyber Social Hub, yeah, obviously, advisory board stuff, yeah. I mean, so this one's pretty good, right? It's finding all kinds of stuff. IASIS from Twitter. So yeah, and we can actually leave this thing run, and it will continue searching for additional pictures of me that may or may not come up. But yeah, I mean, it's it's pretty sinking good. I was really happy with the search results here. And we can come back to this at any time. We just come log in and check those images. So let's go ahead and go back to images. And unfortunately, I left this run for a little bit, but our test subject, unfortunately, was a big 0 match. All right, so we're not having much luck with her. Okay, so let's try another service. Sure, why not? I'm going to show you at least 2 more, maybe 3. Yeah, I will show you at least 3 more. How's that? Sure, why not? So what I want to show you here is this Getty Images. Okay, so most of you know there's a lot of images here that you can use. You can license them. Some of them are free, royalty free, but you can indeed go here. And if somebody's using an image that may not be real that you have, you might want to search Getty Images to see if maybe they got it from here. You can also do this with Adobe Stock. That's the one I use a lot as well. But I'm just going to show you Getty Images. You can use Adobe Stock too. So right here, they have this search by image or video. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and I'm going to choose a file and upload. Obviously, I'm not probably going to try the Bitmines one. Let's try the newer picture of me here and bring this up and see what it finds. Oh, no, a lot of people that wearing the same type of clothes. But again, I don't definitely qualify for these guys being in here, but there we go nonetheless. No, it didn't find me. Okay, so no big deal. Let's try our test subject maybe. Sure, let's do that. So let me go back here and we're going to search for this, and I'm going to go bring my test subject in here. You can see, and I'll go ahead and hit open and see what, oh, look there. Look there. Even though I purposely downloaded this image right here when I was at Getty Images and then cropped it just to kind of see if I could fool Getty Images. I cropped it, changed the image a little bit. Now, still found it. This is her right here. And it looks like several pictures of her as well in a series. So, you know, this is a model here for Getty Images. So whoever, if my subject was using this, it's probably a fake picture of my subject. And I'll need to do a little bit more homework or investigation on that because they were using a fake picture nonetheless. It could be, or maybe it's really that model. I doubt that, but nonetheless, there you go. So that's another source that you can use. Again, it's at gettyimages.com. Now, all of these I'm going to list down in the description below, so you don't have to go and try to write them all down as I say them. They'll be in the description here on YouTube, so you have them. All right, so let's talk a couple more of these things. Bing, believe it or not, has a pretty good reverse image search. So right here, if you just go to bing.com, that's all I'm at right here. It's bing.com. And you see this little microphone. They have a voice search too, which I don't want to mess with that right now. Here's what I'm interested in, image search. So I go ahead and I click this and it's going to say, all right, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to paste the URL, take a photo, or drag it here? I just want to upload the same ones. Now I'm going to go back to Bitmines here and use this. And there we go. It goes ahead and tries to find any similar images. Oh, look there. It found a similar older image of one of Manny's machines right there. So it did find some of his stuff there. Okay, that's great. Let me go ahead and try to find, I don't know, maybe the picture of me. So let's try the newer picture of me and see what we find. All right, awesome. It only found one, but that's okay. And it found me at Cyber Social Hub, which is accurate, right? This is this is my profile shot that I use at Cyber Social Hub. Okay, so you also have visual images, which what this will do is search for similar, and like if you're interested, maybe just in the shirt that I'm wearing, that's what it focused in on, right? Then it'll obviously Bing will go and try to find and sell you a similar shirt, which you can do that. So you can focus in on objects. So like say maybe there's a car in the background, maybe there's a certain type of dog breed. You can focus in on a part of that image to maybe determine what that is. Okay, so that's just a little bit of an investigative help. So we can find all sorts of things that way. I'm not going to run all of these through Bing because I want to get to personally one of my favorites, which everyone should be using it. And if you don't know how to use Google image search, a lot of people don't know how that it can do reverse images, but it can. So this was one of my favorites, and that's why I save it to last. Now, with that said, it gives me mixed results. Sometimes the results are phenomenal, right? Phenomenal. Other times, they're horrible. They're just terrible. They should find images, and it doesn't. And that's why, again, I recommend you guys use multiple of these services. So again, right here, if you're on google.com, there's a little picture of a camera here. It says search by image. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And you can say, yeah, just upload a file or drag it over here and drop it. In this case, I'm going to just drag it over here and drop it. This is the older picture of me. And it's by default, it's going to try to sell me stuff, right? It's focusing in on this shirt, which, it found similar shirts. It does do a good job. I guess if you're looking for a particular pair of shoes, or you want to know what type of shoes a suspect was wearing, you can zoom in on somebody's shoes and see if, hey, maybe I can know what type of shoes that these are. It's very good, but I want to find the image source, which is this button right up top here. So I'm going to click this one. So there we go. And this is the one I was telling you about. I was a little disappointed in. It didn't find me. It found a bald guy that was similar clothing and background, but no more of me. And this picture, I'm pretty sure, should be somewhere around the internet. I used to use this one before I started using the one I'm using now, which you see up here in this corner, my Google one. So, all right, a little disappointing, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and search for current me, right? So I'm going to go ahead and drag current me over here. Again, it's going to try to find you that black polo, which it doesn't actually find you the exact polo. At least I didn't see one when I was searching through here. I got this from a company called Queensboro, I think. Yeah, they do a lot of our shirts and stuff like that. But you can also, if you didn't know, you can search for text, things like that, out of this. But again, I want to go to image source on this one because I'm not looking for the shirt. I'm not looking for the hat. I'm not looking for the belt that this guy was wearing, which you can't see. But I want to find the image. So let's go ahead and click image here, and we can do that. Now this one shows up a lot of stuff. This one's just about as good as the Pixie site. In my opinion, I think it actually found more as I go through here. But this is the one that my staff and I were kind of looking through and laughing at. So it shows that, hey, my friends over there at Xtero shows their podcast. They used my picture, and they found my picture. Google found my picture embedded differently in a circle. If you can kind of see that, I'll zoom in. It's kind of hard to see there. But on their episode 18 of their podcasts over there with Justin and the crew over there. So awesome that it was still able to do that. That's pretty impressive. But you can see, yep, and go see Dan Sumner's post again. A lot of things, a lot of people that aren't me. I'm going to go ahead and click next here on this search. Now, there's our Whisper Room one again, IASIS one. Most of these are accurate. Now, here's the one. You can see these links are already purple because I've already clicked them. And it made me laugh. So I'm going to tell this quick story because this is the end of it. And this is the end of the last piece of software I'm going to show you. But I have to tell you the story. Back in 2020, when the Super Bowl was on, and the halftime show featured Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. And my kids were watching this thing, and well, if you didn't watch it, don't ever watch it with your kids around. I don't want to tell you how to raise your kids, but I raise my kids a little bit differently. I don't expose them to those things. They're very limited on what they can watch just because of the amount of nonsense that's out there on social media and television anymore. We all choose to raise our kids the way. However, this Jennifer Lopez one came up with Yahoo, and then down here with Elle Magazine. So Yahoo Movies, and then Elle Magazine. So I was like, what the heck? It says, here's what Jennifer Lopez has to say to her critics, and then my picture. I'm like, what in the world is this? So you may want to do this little check if you've ever ranted on Twitter before, which I did. I ranted on Twitter about this 2020 halftime show, was just not happy that, number one, the network aired it. Number two, that these performers would do it knowing very well that children watch it. My son loves football, so we watch it. It's just the way it is. So I clicked here to find it, and this is not the image I was referring to. So again, they said critics too sexy. No, too sexy is not the term. It's too sleazy. Is the term that I wanted to say. They did not show the image here, but there, look, there I am, and it says I'm embarrassed for my kids to watch the halftime show. What the, and I say things. There's nothing too bad, but it was funny. I do appear in Elle magazine, which I just found out today before filming this. That other people apparently were not real happy with it either. So anyway, you can go and find things that you necessarily didn't know were in here. And it's kind of funny that these things do appear out there, and it was accurate. And I was able to find images of myself that I did not know existed on the internet, featured on Elle magazine there. So there you have it. I hope these things helped you guys out. If you know of any other services out there that you can use to find images, please drop them in the comments below. Would absolutely love to hear from you. If you're not a member of Cyber Social Hub, hey, it's 100% free. If you don't like the emails we send you, unsubscribe. That's all there is to it. It's easy to do. You can still be a member. You don't have to. Getting emails is not a contingency to being a member in Cyber Social Hub. It's a community of investigators that are just trying to help each other out, get more valuable information. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe. Also hit the bell. We normally go live on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern. A couple times we don't, just because the schedule gets insane. But again, make sure you tune into that. And I hope to see you in Cyber Social Hub. Take care.